for itself as well. And yeah,
Oh,
we're going to show you later. But
Yeah.
first off, we have a featured match with Joshua
Yeah, I guess
Schmidt.
we see Joshua right there, and he's like writing down a number, and I think they're now guessing the actual price of the relinquished.
Yeah, let me just look up.
Oh, and look what a match we have there. We have Luke Parks versus Joshua Schmidt.
Oh,
That's
that
like
is good.
such a sick match.
Two world competitors.
Absolutely. I think they didn't play against each other at Worlds, and so they're already taking out the deck boxes, so it seems like they already have decided what to play.
Oh,
I already get a message. Oh, Luke is banning first, and Luke bans Goat.
We are going to see Necros, guys. Okay, spoiler.
You already spoiled it so hard now because you're so thrilled about it.
I couldn't keep it in.
At first, Luke banned Goat, and because we're seeing Necros, you can already guess that Josh then banned the speed duel format. Yeah. And so we are going to see the actual advanced format, and now tell the world.
He's going to play Necros, I think, with the Benton engine.
I think so too.
Maybe he also plays the Incarnations. I think that's the name.
I'm not 100% sure.
The pumpkin cards.
Absolutely, that is the name, but
sets ago.
I haven't seen his exact list. But he was asking for some Necros cards before the tournament, and so we helped him out with that, of course. And it seems like he will be playing Necros, and like that's really, really high because I mean you saw it at the ban list. You were like, yeah, Necros is back, but you cannot really tell how it will fit into the actual format.
Yeah, but you know what I find funny? People were criticizing a lot because Unicore is at 1, but people forget that preparation of rights is at 3 again, right?
It is.
And this
that was like
a big power card.
Yeah, a step in between that preparation of rights went back to 3, and now comes the real Necros push. And I'm just really, really excited to see how it will go because you cannot really tell.
Yeah, especially after Thunder Dragons got hit, because Colossus might be an issue for that.
That's a good point. Like we talked about the format a little before, because right now we have like some kind of an in between. We're not playing with a new set, Savage Strike, which is dropping on Thursdays this week. Yeah. But we are playing with a new band list, and so it's like kind of hard for Thunders because the Thunders are not really that good anymore because they have like only one God Sacrifice anymore, and only one Brilliant Fusion. So it's like really hit, and it's like worse to play. And it seems like Necros could be a good pick for this because it would be bad against Thunder Dragons, but the rest is pretty good. But let's get just into this game.
Yes, and look at that. Luke Parks opens shared right, but he is not allowed to go first, and he's going to be really annoyed by this because the first card that Joshua plays says add a card to the hand. Manju of the 10,000 hands.
Oh, I'm like really hyped now too.
This card.
Just seeing the actual Necros cards hitting the board. Oh, that's so nice.
Old. This card is so old.
Really, like you can check out on Card Market or stuff. Like the set of Manju is like it has been printed so early. Like let's see, he is playing these.
The Incarnations. Okay, so I'm going to look those up because I have I think they special summon if you reveal a ritual card.
Looks like it, and I think you can also search them. Like it's double power.
Then you special summon something, and then you may add something else. So like
it's like a lot of card advantage by just
they have
card.
this as well. They don't only have preparation of rights at 3. They also have the Incarnations, and now I'm going to look those up.
And I mean, let's just face this. Like Joshua is a legend of the game, and he's like very fast in adapting changes in the metagame and stuff. So he's always very well prepared for every single YCS.
Especially since he's in E-Man now, which is one of.
Of course, he has a really good group of other players around him.
I mean, CCG wasn't worse.
Definitely not. I mean, let's just talk about that. We have 4 CCG guys in the tournament today, and 1 E-Man. Oh, like look at these openings. Oof.
Oh, this is the one of Unicore.
There is the Unicore. He searched the Unicore with the Manju, so of course he's bringing it out, and he was special summoning it with the Necros Kaleidoscope. And what's in the graveyard there? That's like such an old card as well.
This is the ultimate blue-eyed white dragon.
You don't see that a lot nowadays.
No, not really, and it's not particularly useful in Necros, to be honest.
No, not at all, but it has a lot of stars. That's why you can special summon out the Valkyries then. Oh, look at that. He has Valkyries and Necros Unicorn already on board, and also 3 other monsters. Like, I mean, you can still build some links and stuff, I guess. I'm not that used to how you would play Necros now, because it has been so long since you could really play it. Oh, but you can also just tribute summon the other ones, the monsters for Valk, and just get 3 extra cards. But let's just talk about the deck Luke is using, because we already saw his hand, and it looks like Luke is playing a pure Sky Striker.
Yeah,
right?
that's a deck that isn't that unpopular right now. I mean, it won
I would say so, yeah.
many YCSs, and I'm so confused as to why the deck didn't get hit by the ban list.
A lot of people were really confused, I guess. Like, why didn't they hit Engage? Like, everybody was expecting that Engage hit, or at least like a Widow Anchor hit, a multi-rule hit, something in that way, but nothing like that happened. And so you can just continue to play Sky Striker, and it will be around for a year after its release, like Sky Striker. It had that drones to one hit in between, but it is really powerful still, so you can play it in a very strong version. And so Luke is starting things off here with Reinforcement of the Army, going into the field spell Area 0. And so let's just say again, for the people that don't know, what is Necros Unicorn doing? Because that's like what is useful right now for
Necros
him.
Unicorn disables all the effects of the enemy's extra deck monster.
Which is really powerful in this situation,
Yeah,
because
true.
we will see the first extra deck monster hitting the field on Luke's side now.
Hayate!
And normally Hayate would be really good here because he could get into his engages with it, but ooh, that will help, I guess.
Yeah, I think Anchor... This is why I was going to say it. How do you think the matchup is? Because if you Widow Anchor the Unicorn is useless.
Yeah, that really is a fair point. And so now Hayate will probably be ready to take it down and to get an engage into the graveyard. Well, let's just see. Oh yeah, he also has the multi-roll. That's
you can
even
activate
better
multi-roll. Yeah, to disable all the reactions of Joshua. After, he cannot react to any kind of Sky Striker or even any spell activations, I think. And
yeah,
as he has the Twin Twister in hand, he can just basically send that to the graveyard, because let's face it, it's useless against the deck.
You would think so, yeah. And I mean, if Joshua would have had any back row, he would have probably set it in the first turn, so there won't be any more threats coming. Luke is really thinking about it right now, because he's so confused by the matchup. He's like, why are you playing Necros? I would have never thought you're playing Necros, so why am I facing Necros right now? I have no clue what to do, because he's probably thinking, do I really go for like the anchor play and stuff now and try to take out the board of Joshua? Or do I just wait because I cannot kill him this turn? Because that's a big problem of Sky Strikers. They kind of struggle to OTK opponents.
Yeah, they are really slow, but he can also... Okay, so he goes for the Eagle Booster, so it's not negated anymore. Eagle Booster.
Ooh, true, yeah. That's a good point too. You can go around the Unicorn like that too. And the cool thing is also, he could have Valkyries in hand as well now.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the days, it really was a thing. You always had to thread that Valkyries comes down, because Valkyries does not only have that drawing card effect on the field, it also has that in-hand effect. When your opponent is attacking, you can actually just drop it from hand to the graveyard and negate the attack and just straight up end the battle phase, which is like a battle fader for Necros. And that's really good. And Joshua is really considering it. Maybe he's also just bluffing. Just he wants to make Luke think. Maybe he has that Vulcan hand and he has to play around it. But he already declared attack, so I think there's not that much to play around anymore, because he already decided to go that route.
You know what the deck is missing?
Tell me, which one? Necros or?
Necros, just looking at Joshua's board. This is usually the point against like Shadows or something where you went into Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
With Manju and Unicorn to recycle more of your resources. Emerald is missing. Because it got banned because of some not
degenerate deck that just abused, like, it was Necros, right? That Necros combo. No, I don't mean Necros, I mean Zodiac. In Zodiac, there was like a really nasty combo with the Emerald where you just were, was it +6?
Yeah,
the sheep combo?
Northern Emerald combo.
Well, I think it was +6, right?
Yeah.
That was a little too much, so I'm not that unhappy that they actually banned that.
So I'm fine with that as well, actually.
Really? Yeah, I think so. So, seems like, did the attack go through? It does not. It looks like Joshua is still thinking about it. Or maybe they're asking the judge whether it really is working like that. Maybe there is some confusion, because the effect of Unicorn actually is a continuous effect that applies on the field.
Yeah, or if he can negate the attack, because the effect of Valkyries wouldn't target the monster or wouldn't affect the monster, but the attack itself.
But yeah, but it could surely do, right?
Yeah, I think you can still...
You can do the Valk there.
I think you can't.
You can't? You think?
I don't think you can. I think we had a similar problem in one of the latest streams, and the result there was that you couldn't negate the attack. Or I had that in one of my games, actually.
Oh, I'm surprised by that. I thought like it's just the attack. I mean, probably the question was about Altergeist Conqueror because that was like the modern battle trap at the moment. So that would be what comes up. Oh, and it seems like, ooh, he's just using the anchor now.
Yeah, to negate the unicorn. And he went just.
But why is he doing that? I mean, didn't he just go around the... I mean, he still has to go into Kagari.
He now has 3 spells in graveyard as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, it probably was because he has... But now he only has 2 spells again? I know he has 3 because he started with Reinforcement of the Army.
Yeah, that is a good start.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Also, he has the shared right backup.
Oh, yeah. That will really hurt when that one comes down. A really interesting choice from Luke's to actually main deck shared right again.
Yep.
Looks like he is anticipating a format of a lot of pure Sky Striker decks for now, because that card is really good against the mirror match.
Yeah.
And let's see what he's top decking there. That's like now a really comfortable position for Luke. And I'm kind of curious to know how Necros is able to recover.
Denko.
You think?
Yeah.
And did you see it in the center already?
No, but I think Denko is a really good option. I mean, maybe at least in the side deck. But I think Denko is the win condition that the deck has.
Oh, that's a little sad, right?
I think
when your win condition is Denko?
Yeah, but I mean, Sky Striker is the best deck eventually.
It looks like it is, yeah, for sure, because it didn't get hit. Like, of course, Altergeist is a thing too, because Altergeist also did not get hit in at this banned list.
So you kind of need unfair win button cards against it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, evenly matched is one of them, as you say. Also, of course, Denko Seka is really, really powerful.
Yep.
There comes Shizuku. He was just able to clean the Unicorn with the Afterburner, which he searched with his Engage. And now it looks like a very good position for Luke, and he's setting 2 back row, and there's a counter on multi-rolls on 4, so that will allow him to set up to 4 cards in the end phase, but he can only set 2 because there's not more space.
Yeah, anchor and Engage, nothing surprising there. Setting up the extra negate and, of course, clearing out the graveyard of engages so he can search another one.
Oh, just another one. I mean, how good of a Yu-Gi-Oh card is that? That Sky Striker
It's better
Engage.
out of greed, actually.
just search for a specific card you want, and then you can also draw another one if you have 3 spells.
And then you can activate it again.
Yeah. and again, and again, and again, yeah.
And another one.
We will see like some of the old degenerate cards, like the good old pot grace duo, as people used to call it, when we're seeing some goats in the future of the event today.
Imagine Grace in Sky Striker.
Oh, that would be so absurd. Like, you can immediately have 3 spells in Grace. That would be so sick. Really, I couldn't even imagine it. That would be so good.
Yeah.
Was actually Grace, was it back one time, or was it straight banned?
I think it was straight up banned.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was just so sick to get it back.
It's way too insane.
So let's see how Joshua is able to recover from that.
Okay, so he's summoning the pencil card, or it's maybe a feather to
maybe
write
both. On. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he can write with that feather.
Pencil plume, Pensy plume.
Pensy plume. Okay.
Yeah, that one special summons a different incarnation monster from your deck, and the other one will be the pumpkin card.
Yeah.
That adds a ritual spell from the deck. If this card is special summoned out of the deck by the pumpkin card,
it will probably search a monster.
No, it can add back a monster.
Ooh.
A ritual monster in your GY.
Oh yeah, right. So there it is, the pumpkin card, as you say it, and there comes shared right. Ooh,
actually, it's
and
not
look at the face of
It's
Joshua.
not a pumpkin card at all. It's a candle that
like
has
a
fire that kind of looks like a spooky
pumpkin.
Pumpkin, yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you see there. I kind of agree. I was sure it is a pumpkin when you said it is a pumpkin because it really has something of a pumpkin.
Yep.
So let's see. Can he? The shared right came down now, but Luke's will be drawing cards. It's like an interesting choice which hand traps he chose to play for this event. Because in general, against Sky Striker, when you're expecting a lot of Sky Striker, like the hand traps are not that good against that deck. So he may have decided to not play a lot of hand traps, actually. Maybe Ash Blossom.
Yeah, hand traps aren't that valuable because if a card has the advantage of being able to negate something in your opponent's turn while you haven't even played a turn, then the card can't have that strong effect. I mean, Ash Blossom is insane, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, he will be drawing a lot of cards now if Joshua is going for it, but maybe Joshua actually has like some kind of an OTK potential in his deck there. So
maybe he also has a Denko in hand.
oh, there's a strike also. Like Luke he would have had like a perfect going first hand there, but going second, it seems like he's also getting the best of it right now.
I think he drew into the strike with Engage.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh, he also has Metal for Fusion.
Also a very good card in hand, yeah. That would set up nicely for next turn. We can just pop it with the field spell.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a good feeling to actually have Metal for Fusion because you can just abuse it and you just surely know what to pop with your multi-roll or your Area 0. Ooh,
yeah, you don't have to think that much, and I think this game will end in a few turns because Joshua is not at a point where he has too many options. He has.
Yeah, I expected a lot more from him there.
Yeah, I mean, he was under his shed, right?
Yeah, that's true. He did not have a lot of a choice.
Yeah, I think he has multiple options as he has 5 cards in hand.
So there comes the Area 0. We're pretty sure. Ooh, that is a Metal for Fusion down there, but it won't be destroyed by the Area 0.
But he can multi-roll it.
Yeah, sure. It will be still destroyed, but he would have liked the destruction effect of Area 0 more because he can maybe destroy other stuff he would like to destroy. But let's see how Luke is going.
By the way, the cards don't destroy, they send to the graveyard.
Oh, my bad, my bad. There comes the Engage.
Is it the one? Yeah, it's the
one set by multi-roll for sure. But it's kind of interesting to see that Luke Parks is actually playing Sky Striker right now because that was like one of the decks he was facing at the European Championships when he was playing his Goki deck and he was like grinding through the Sky Striker decks and now he decided to come to the dark side and play the Sky Striker because, I mean, Goki is not that good anymore.
Goki isn't that much of a choice.
How do you like Goki at the moment? Like, or how do you
terrible. They took away all the win conditions. You can extra link, but extra linking isn't even good anymore. I see in the chat that someone asked if Joshua lost 1,500 points from Hayate, but that's not the case because he attacked over Manju, so the 100 damage is correct.
Absolutely. And yeah, like, what do you think about all the combo decks, basically? How do you like their chances with that new band list that just dropped?
I think combo looked pretty dead right now. I mean,
that's the first assumption, yeah.
There will still be some stuff that you can do. I mean, Dangers are incredibly good at summoning monsters.
You can get a lot of monsters on board with it.
They didn't hit beginning from the end. They did hit Allure of Darkness, so you can still turbo through the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't find your soul charge anymore. That's the thing.
But your win condition, your auto win button, basically, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't Rongo anymore. You can't Gumbler loop your opponent anymore.
Yeah, and that was what they were going for lately, right? All the combo decks were just ending in either Gumbler or Rongo or both.
Yeah. A few lists ago, you could also extra link with Goblin and Cerberus and Phoenix, which was basically impossible to out.
Yeah, but it's also there's also no Goblin anymore. So looks like he's going into Shizuku. Or is it? No, it's still the Shizuku he has on the field from last turn.
You can still build up big boards with Pendulum or FTK with the Gallon duo.
Yeah.
But that
I really dislike that FTK, actually. I lost to that before and it was like, oh, really?
But it loses to basically any hand trap. But as we can see that the Sky Striker might be getting completely out of control, there will be less hand traps, so you can actually play FTK.
The meta could develop in that direction for sure.
I mean, that happened in Utrecht, right? People thought that Goki was really bad at that point, and then they dropped the hand traps, so Goki could just play through them. And I mean, Gumbler and Extra Link can be enough.
Still pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and Trigate, of course. Don't forget about the Trigate.
Yeah, absolutely. True, in Utrecht there was like the trend that all these Sky Striker players were actually playing no hand traps, and they were starting to play like relevant cards in the mirror match, like Heavy Duster and stuff, and Shared Ride, of course. And these cards are pretty useless against the Goki matchup, but now Goki really has lost their auto-win combos and stuff. So there's Kagari coming down. It seems like, did Luke just attack over one of the guys? Because he already has sent one of them to the graveyard. There is Shizuku, another one.
Bites the dust.
Yeah, let's try to have as many song references as possible for the whole day, right?
If you have watched our Karlsruhe stream before, you know that we are big fans of Yvonne Katterfeld.
Yeah. Let's hope we find some time today in between the rounds to listen to some classy music and to have some fun little singing contests.
Yeah.
And let's hope you don't have to be part of these singing contests.
Yeah,
because that could be awful for you.
We would lose a lot of viewers.
Definitely, yeah.
Many viewers.
Yeah. So maybe Joshua can do more this turn now. He has a handful of 6 cards, so there should be a lot of options, and he's starting off with Reinforcement of the Army. Like, Reinforcement of the Army is such a great card because it has been played when it was released, like back in the GOAT days, right?
Another shot, right?
Wow, he won't be able to play a lot there.
Yeah,
that hurts.
This should seal the deal, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, Luke probably drew into another shared ride with his engage, right? It's like really unfortunate. Oh, set 1 and pass.
Yeah, this looks like maybe we can see a kill now. I mean, 7,900 damage, hard to do for Sky Striker.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's one monster on Joshua's side, so he could abuse that for link materials and borrow sport plays.
Yeah, Ibli combo is basically gone.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, this time he makes sure to get the Metalful Fusion into the graveyard with his... Oh, yeah, so he's taking out the whole field of Joshua. Was that a relevant back row? No. It was Necros... Is it Necros Cycle? No,
it's Kaleidoscope, I think.
Kaleidoscope or Mirror, I think. But, I mean, both of them are no real back rows at that point. And now Luke probably is thinking the same as we are. Can I actually kill Joshua this turn?
I mean, he has 20,000 cards in his hand, basically.
Yeah, that's basic math. The result is 20,000 cards in hand. And he's going to have more of them even after resolving the effect of Metalful Fusion. And actually, Necros Valkyrius, are there any other restriction when you want to use its effect? I think you have to banish 1 Necros card from your graveyard, right? To negate the attack? Wasn't it like that? But that's actually, that requirement is met right now. So if Joshua has that Valkyrius, he has a valuable option to actually stop being OTK'd. So that is always in the backhand of Joshua. But Luke is taking it slow. He's just setting up all his back row again, passing it over to Joshua. Maybe he has another shared ride. So there comes, as you said, the pre-preparation of rides. And Luke Parks is checking through his back row.
But I mean, Luke can have 20 cards in hand. He can still only set 4 cards while multi-roll is on the field. So if there is a chance that Joshua can play through multiple anchors or Eagle Booster, then he's going to possibly OTK him.
Yeah, do you think Joshua's playing Kaijus? That would be really a blowout too.
I don't think he has space for it. The deck looks really packed.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely not in the main deck. But he's starting off by, how's that little guy he searched there for Necros called? Clausulus? I think it's Clausulus, right? Like all the Necros cards, it's kind of funny about them, having names from older cards, really old synchro cards.
From the dual terminal era, I think.
Yeah, there's Catastor, you know, the Catastor was really popular as a synchro one in the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In the back then
That's
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not a ritual monster though. It's an effect monster of the.
Yeah. No, it's a ritual as well. It for sure is, yeah. I actually, Joshua was lending Catastor by me, so I'm pretty sure it is a ritual one. Because I lended it to him. And so
there's one.
Brynek as well. Brynek, of course.
Oh, I confused it with Exa, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. And so Brynek, of course, was very popular in zombie deck space back then.
You can discard this card and target 1 Necros monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Interesting. Okay, so that's what Catastor does. Okay, so there is Bryonic on the board. Kaleidoscope will follow it up. I mean, the deck can pretty easily put a lot of damage on the field, right?
Yeah, it should.
Star Eater is gone now, so that means he's going to summon Valk and Clausulus. Yeah.
It's so cool that you can actually summon 2 monsters with Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, you have to do the quick maths then.
I mean, he probably did that before the tournament by deciding his extra deck choices.
I think he just put bunch of cards in from level 1 to 12.
I'm really interested in the thought process of Joshua before the event when he decided to play Necros, because we were somebody, I think Norman was writing into the group, Joshua is needing Necros cards for the event, and you were like, what the fuck? Joshua is playing Necros. I cannot even believe it. Like, and of course, I can tell nobody because nobody shall know before. Because if the opponents know in advance that he's playing Necros, they could maybe side deck cards like Retaliating Sea or stuff. So some like really, really good cards against that deck.
Yeah.
And is it just that factor that the opponents don't know how to play against that deck, which is Joshua letting him pick this deck?
We're playing with top caliber players.
You cannot really assume that, right?
Play against them. I mean,
they should know at least.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't.
But I mean, for sure, you can say that Luke probably knows better how to play against Thunder and how to play against Sky Striker at the moment than how to play against Necros. Because, I mean, even if you played back in the Necros days when it was meta...
It changed.
It changed a lot. It's like basically a different strategy right now. There comes down the anchor play. Ooh.
Trishula to negate the targeting.
Trishula, another big synchro monster now in form of the Necros ritual monster version. Oh, and another anchor. Joshua does not seem to like that. But there is some communication between the players. He is taking it over. But now there's only one back row left on Luke's side, actually. And there's a Valkyrus and a Brainek on board for Joshua.
Yeah, but he still has the Ray float, right?
Yeah, sure. Ray always will be coming back. But
and
maybe Joshua...
Shizuku is protected.
Yeah, true, that as well. So it will be hard to break that.
Yeah.
But there is another pre-preparation of rights. Joshua really digging for cards in his deck, adding like all these Manju, pre-preparation of rights. There's so much searching going on in this Necros deck. It's like really insane. Also, Brainek, of course, searches you for any of your Necros cards.
Yeah.
Like just so good and so consistent. It was like really the best and consistent deck back in the days when it was meta relevant. And I cannot really tell, like right now, will it be back in the meta game? Like in some way it will be, because there we see Shurit as well, and Shurit is just such a boost again as well. He's being back to 1, and Shurit can just help you so much by setting up your combos and stuff, and he's searching for another Trishula.
But I think the problem with the deck is that the Sky Striker matchup looks very bad, actually. Like, anchors hurt you so much.
Yeah.
You have to
on paper, it looks really bad.
Yeah,
it's true.
You have to rely on Unicorn for the matchup, basically, and Anchor just deals with it so easily.
Yeah, and I mean, still Joshua decided to play it. And I mean, he really knew in advance that probably there will be some Sky Striker players, because it looks, on paper, it looks like the best deck right now, because it didn't get hit by the ban list. Everybody in the YouTube channel and stuff were saying like, oh, Sky Striker did not get hit, so Sky Striker probably is the best deck. So maybe he was thinking, these guys are ahead of the curves that are with me here in the tournament, so they won't have that simple assumption that Sky Striker now is the best deck, and they will think for some else. But maybe he also has just not... I mean, maybe he still sees a chance that his matchup is not that bad as we think.
Yeah, but like Necros feels really fragile. I mean, you have those powerhouse monsters like Trishula, and now the Trishula just got striked. Like he invested so much. He summoned it from hand. He went -1 with activating the Necros mirror, and he banished his Shurit from the graveyard, which he could basically recycle with the Catastar later in the game if he plays it.
Ooh, and now he's attacking. I was wondering, is he really attacking and getting the right ray flow going? But of course, Shizuku actually is protected from being destroyed by battle. But Luke is dropping to 4,200 life points.
Yeah.
So that is not that good for him.
But I mean, look at the multi-roll.
Already 3 counters back, and there's Ogre as well. So that's the question we ask ourselves: what hand traps are you playing right now? And actually, Luke decided to play the Ogre, maybe because he's expecting a lot of Altergeist too. And Altergeist, like Ogre, is pretty good against Altergeist, of course, and also is pretty valuable to activate in the mirror match on the multi-roll.
Yeah, and don't forget about Summon Sorceress.
Yeah, true. When you hit that Summon Sorceress well-timed, you can probably have a good time there. So let's just quickly say, right now we're in the top 8 basically, and all the other matches are taking place right now too. So we have 4 matches taking place right now. And the winners, of course, advance to our semifinals, but I think we have not told the people yet that we're playing with a losers bracket as well.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and that means, in case you don't know, that if you lose that top 8 match now, you still get into that loser, or let's not say loser, let's say into the lower bracket.
Now let's call it loser bracket. We have to shame the losers.
Okay, I mean, they messed up something in the top 8 there, so it's probably fair to call them losers at that point. And yeah, these losers, as you want to call them, will play another top 4 bracket. And actually, the winner of that top 4 bracket will be able to then play against the finalists of the winners bracket, right? So, is that right?
Yeah,
The loser of the finals, basically, of the top 8 bracket. Let's say that, right?
Yeah, the losers of the top 8 bracket get into a top 4, basically, or a flop 4, I like to call them. Then they will play that and have a small losers bracket final, and then they can beat the loser of the real final, to
right.
advance into the grand final.
So, which is a pretty cool thing as well, because we will have like a final of the top 8 bracket, of the winners bracket, let's say, and then 2 players are facing, and one is winning and advancing to the real grand final. And it could be that he's just playing against the same guy again that he just beat in that other round.
Yeah.
That would be really funny to see. Like a rematch, and then even turning it around at that point would be like so sick. Like, how would it be to lose that first final, then going over the losers bracket route, and then just go back into the real final and then perform there and just win it? Oh, what is that? That's Shark Cannon and Anchor. And usually when you see these 2 cards chained to each other, that means that he's going for some kind of an OTK there.
Yeah, or he's just doing damage, because look at this. It's 11 minutes on the round and he's 2,200 life points behind.
Wow, we're already that far into the round. Only 11 minutes left. For the people that don't know, we have 40 minutes round time, which is the normal round time for Advanced Constructed Yu-Gi-Oh! You're playing 40 minutes round time at like every YCS, every card shop you could go to. That's the go-to time. And you actually have to finish a match of best of 3 in that time.
Yeah, I think we could just go for Borrowed Swords soon.
Yeah, like, I mean, he definitely has enough damage here, I think.
Yeah.
That should be no problem there.
He can do the OTK.
And I would guess that Joshua would realize that that's OTK, or like enough damage to kill him right there. But it is possible that he actually has the Valk in hand to stop all that. That would be pretty good for him.
That is true.
Oh no, he's shuffling up. Okay. Joshua actually not having the Valk in hand. But that's always an option, right? You still have to think about that Valk. And I mean, the Borrowed Sword play from the Sky Striker players is usually a play that commits a lot, and then you're like, okay, I can kill him now, so let's commit all that because it does not matter anymore. And then you get hit by that Valkyrus, and then you're like, okay, I have Borrowed Sword on board, but if he's then able to clear that Borrowed Sword away, it's pretty bad of a position, because you've usually used up all your Widow Anchors and all your Shark Cannons and stuff.
Not only that, you have a monster in your main monster zone, so you can't...
That's true as well.
Build up a big defense unless you have cards like Strike or Impermanence.
Yeah.
And at that point...
And Luke already was through 2 of his strikes.
Yeah, and you would have to link away the Borrowed Sword with Erase, so you can summon like a Phoenix that sits there, so you have any kind of negation, so your opponent... I mean, if he had Valkyrus, he could have probably just like Trished him, or Brionac, maybe Brionac, maybe not Brionac.
Maybe not Brionac, no.
Because he clears the space again.
Yeah.
But,
when people are side decking right now, and we just see in the chat that somebody's asking how many rounds are being played today. So as we said, it's like a bracket, so there's not a set round amount. But I mean, we can just reconstruct it. We will have top 8, then we will have top 4 of the winners bracket, then we'll have the final of that.
Yeah.
Then we'll have the
top 4 losers bracket and the final losers bracket, right?
Yeah, but that will take place at the same time as the winners bracket, I think.
Will it?
I think so, yeah.
I don't.
Okay, but we would see. But I was thinking like that. I think Norman said something like that to us.
All right.
But yeah, like we will have that, and then we'll have the lower final, you could say, and then the grand final, of course. So you can just count the numbers there, doing some quick maths, and you will be fine. So some very quick sideboarding there. Both players are aware that the time on the round is really short now. And we see in Luke's hand, there is Solemn Warning, actually.
What a hand. Ash, Engage, Rota, Anchor.
Yeah, but he's going second, and I mean, it is kind of dangerous to actually have Solemn Warning still in your deck when you're seeing there's only 10 minutes left on the round, because Sky Striker really struggles to do a lot of damage, and then when you already have 2,000 life points being given up by that, Ooh,
And,
that
it
comes-
doesn't really contemplate that much if you're going second.
Yeah, exactly. It does not really give you that big of an advantage, right? But the Ash is probably giving him really good of an advantage there. So the Clausulas was negated by Ash, right?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
I mean,
And
we cannot see the players' cards in hand, right, by now.
yeah, but
We will get those cards soon, so next round we will be better up to date.
yeah. We already requested that, and it seems like it's possible for the next round that we can just see the hand cards. Ooh, and that's the pass. So a Senju pass for Joshua. I guess that's not really what he wanted to see there.
Yeah, but
And now the solemn strike, the solemn warning of Luke is a lot more important because
it's
Joshua
like you're going first, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're going first. You just have to get through that. I mean, it's even better than going first because now you can even abuse Hayate
Yeah.
and can send an extra spell to the graveyard to probably be able to resolve the engage for maximum advantage. It's looking really bad for Joshua right now.
The funny thing is that he can attack with Rays. That can't be stopped by Valk. I mean, it can, but if he chains, then his battle phase isn't over.
Yeah.
If he chains Ray to summon Hayate. If Joshua decides to drop Valkyros on the Hayate attack that he can't get the engage to the graveyard, he still has an engage in hand, so he won't even probably send engage, maybe multi-roll or something like that.
Yeah, the question is, does he get 3 spells into the graveyard right there? I think
I-
we saw
I-
another anchor in hand, so he could potentially go for the anchor play to then have 3 spells in grave.
I would not recommend that, I think. So,
No, he's going the safe route. Getting back the multi-roll.
do you think he's going to multi-roll away his monster so he can't get Kaiju'd?
I mean, Joshua went first, so you would assume that he's not siding in
Oh yeah,
Kaijus
that's
there.
right.
So
You're
I think
absolutely
he
right.
does not really have to fear the Kaijus there.
See, it's like he's...
It's like a little weird, right? Because he did in fact go second, but it looked like he was going first. And that's a really bad position for Joshua now.
Ash.
Time also now another factor.
Ash is such a weird card. Like, sometimes it just does nothing when you're playing against combo decks or something like that. They
Yeah.
just don't care at all because it's
They
like...
just play through it because they have so many
Yeah.
extenders.
Yeah, it's such a soft negate, and then sometimes it stops entire turns
Yeah.
because you're missing that one enabler or one extender.
And look at Luke Parks. Again, he has set up 4
Yeah.
back rows and his multi-roll. Also array in graveyard. So a lot to get through for Joshua. But there is a solemn warning that could cost him 2,000 life points. So he will have to choose wisely whether he wants to give that up. Because
He's even prepared for Denko with
Ooh.
Solemn Warning. This is why he cited it in.
Wow, that's so sad for Joshua.
Yeah, that hurts.
Wow, that would have been so game-changing right there. But Luke is just activating the solemn warning as cool as he can be. He does not even look bothered by it. I mean, that's the face of a European champion, right?
So, but what would happen, like, as we are in a top cut,
Yeah,
we can't have draws.
absolutely not, no.
What
would be a little
happen-
sad to have
yeah,
a draw.
what would happen if they entered timeout now?
Yeah, actually, we are using the top cut rules from like the official policies as well, and that would mean that at the point timeout is called, which would be in 6 minutes and 12 seconds now, we would compare the life points of both players,
Yep.
and at the end of the actual phase, we would do that comparison. So if you're in a draw phase, standby phase, main phase, that phase will end, and then we will compare. Do we have a difference in life points? And if that difference is given, we will just end that game right there, and we have a winner. And if it is not, if they have the same amount of life points, they would just continue to play turn after turn, turn after turn, and try to find a winner by who gets the first damage in first.
So if this game enters timeout and Joshua is ahead in life points, do they play a third game?
Yeah, they will, for sure. Absolutely, they have to. Because Joshua will then be considered the winner of the game. And right now he is ahead in life points. It's like, is Necros able to combo for that long to maybe grind into that timeout now? Because it's like no bad intent when just comboing a lot and then just going down the clock. Like Sky Strikers know how to do that a lot too, because like you can just engage and set up another engage and stuff, and you're just going through your motions and you're basically just grinding into timeout, and your opponent cannot do a lot. Oh, and Joshua is shaking his head. That anchor seems like it is hurting him there.
Yeah, it hurts. His pencil can't add back a card like Bionic or Clauseless. I think it would have added back Bionic.
But I mean, for Luke, it is pretty nice that if he gets another turn, it is pretty safe to assume that he will probably be able to do damage because he can just go into Hayate and attack directly.
Yeah, or anchor away monsters.
Yeah, true, that as well. But also, on the other hand, maybe Joshua has Valk in hand. That would be a really impactful card at that moment again.
That's true.
Like in that first game, sadly, he did not have anchor. He did not have Valk.
I think he has Valk in hand.
That would be really good. Like, look at him. He's just waiting a little, and now Luke's turn. And he's doing some drama faces there. Oh no, you can just activate, you can just go into your Hayate, attack me directly, and then it's probably game for you because you don't have enough time. But then Valk will just be hitting the field. Luke is again going for the afterburners, so he's going to take apart every single piece of Joshua's field. There's the Eagle booster as well. He wants it all now. He's just doing all the stuff. As we said, Sky Striker can just activate so many cards, go through so many plays, there's so many possibilities. And now Kagari just says, yeah, go for another engage. I mean, you just activated 2, but let's go for 3. 3 is a good number, right?
So much better than Pot of Greed.
Yeah, it is for sure.
It's like draw 3, search 3. It's insane. This card is insane.
There's the afterburner. Comes in. Well, I'm just wondering, actually, when you're attacking, could you maybe use like the Eagle booster on your monster to prevent the Valk from being activated? Because what is the activation time of Valkyrius? Do you actually know the wording of it?
I think you can also just summon Hayate and then Eagle booster it to be safe. So you don't really need to worry about that.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Yeah, sure. You don't have to worry about it. But like it is on attack declaration, Valkyrius, right? Isn't it? It should be.
Yeah, it should be.
And looks like Luke is looking up the life points now. And he's taking quite some time there, just really making sure to find the correct move right there. And that will probably be Hayate right there. There it is, hitting the field.
Hayate seems like a good move, yeah. He doesn't even count for a multi-roller anymore. Doesn't care. He activated 20 spells, right?
Exactly, yeah. He knows that he can set as much as he would like to. And it doesn't even matter that his opponent is left with a monster, right? It doesn't seem like Joshua could do a lot with that monster next turn. I mean, he could maybe tribute it for like a Necros spell or so, but the clock is ticking so heavily that it's really, really unlikely that Joshua is even able to do a lot of plays there.
Luke also has a strike in hand that he drew off of an engage, but I don't think he's going to set it.
I mean, let's see whether Luke can make that assumption that that strike probably wasn't that good in this situation. But let's just see. He's setting with multi-roll now. Shizuku is on board too. I think he actually activated too many engages to be able to search for another one, right? There should be one in graveyard.
Don't think that.
Oh, there is none, right?
At this point, you don't even need engages anymore.
There's not even a card you want to search in your deck anymore, right?
You just have everything.
Right, yeah. And a cool thing to tell the people as well is, in the losers bracket, as we earlier described you, we will have the opportunity for you in the chat to actually decide what they're going to play. Because we told you in the winners bracket it will be that the players will on their own ban some formats, so they will decide what format will be played. But in the losers bracket, we will have a poll in the Twitch chat, and you can then just tell us what you would like to see. Oh, and I already can see it. There is already a poll running, and we have already 33 votes on that. So you guys are doing a good job by supporting our stream.
Yeah,
and can you tell us the results? How is this looking?
Advanced is most requested with 21 votes versus 8 or 7 votes.
And Goat is a little more popular than Speed Duel, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, but okay, right now people are voting.
Like our voices are doing a good job in getting people motivated to vote. Oh yeah, like a lot of people are doing that. Keep that train going, guys. And maybe push Goat or Speed Duel to the top, as we're just talking about. But see the players there. Joshua We have him on big screen right there. He does not look too happy there. Maybe he already regrets his choice of playing Necros for this event.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe he will go ahead and ban Standard. Oh, he can't because he's in the losers bracket now. Well,
that's really sad for him. And I mean, we already have seen that people are requesting the advanced format, so that could be a disadvantage for him. We were wondering about that yesterday evening, like when we met. Maybe Joshua was picking like such a niche deck because he would just not play it anyway. He wouldn't play it anyways. So in that case, we saw that he was actually picking the advanced format over the speed duel format because Luke actually banned the goat format, so he had the choice to go for it, but he still went with advanced.
Yeah, I think a Joshua Schmidt can also be like confident enough to pick a niche deck, but like he didn't even. Let's face it.
He had no chance.
He had no chance in this game. He got annihilated by Luke.
Yeah.
Like so many. Like at some point, it looked like Luke had 8 cards in hand.
Yeah. It was like just the perfect setup for him as well. He had like multiple strikes. He always had the widow anchors on the imperfect guys, and there was just not really a choice for him to go into a bad route. He just had everything set up, and he did not even have to do a lot. He was just very, very in a fortunate position. And he's in the fortunate position to be in the top 4 of our CSL Invitational now.
He's in the top 4 already.
He did the first step. So there he's coming out of the room. He's like really happy. And I guess we should just get him on. Do we get a winner's interview with him? Just come over, Luke. Just join us for now. And we will talk about your victory.
Here, grab this again. Sit down first. All right. Luke Parks, congratulations on your first win versus Joshua Schmidt.
Yeah.
You had a tough opponent for your first round, right?
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Like, I knew, I had an inkling that he was playing Necros, and I had no idea what any of those incantation cards did.
But you still did a good job of anchoring them, right?
Yeah, like I was trying to say the turn game 1 where he like Klauseless and Trished me. I screwed up because I forgot what Klauseless did because it's been so long. When he summoned the Brio, I should have just ego boosted my guy, and then I could have saved the Widow Anchor for the Trish.
Yeah.
And then I was going to save Strike for if he had Valk in hand.
Yeah, but
which was the plan.
Nicely for you, he did not have Valk in hand in game 1, right?
Yeah, that was. I think he'd already been through 2, and he didn't have many cards. So I know what 2 of the 4 were. So I was like,
yeah, and you also had a very, very good setup, right? You had like multiple strikes in that first game, and so you had like you had a very hard time going through that. And shared right also was really, really important.
Like Necros, not on purpose, just accidentally.
Yeah, it looks like Sky Striker beats Necros very hard still because you were looking really dominant in those games.
Yeah, I think I was like +5 or +6 game 1 at one point. And then game 2 I drew Warning for Denko, which was yeah.
But what do you think about the choice of Joshua to actually pick Necros? Do you think it's like a good pick?
Yeah, I mean I don't really know what it does. Like Trish is I guess really good.
Yeah.
Brio shuffling it back, Klauseless negating effects during either player's turn.
Yeah, we were really hyped that we're seeing Necros because it's like it has been so long, and back in the days, like a lot of people were loving Necros, of course, because it was such a skillful deck, and we were not really sure how it will fit into the actual meta game.
Yeah.
And right now we're a little bit disappointed because he just crashed him absolutely.
It looks like BA is the better one of those 2 decks from that time, right?
Yeah.
Might be. Yeah. So again, congratulations to you, and maybe get some rest now.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next round.
Should be fun.
And we will see you back on stream, I guess.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Cheers,
Okay, so we have our first winner of the day.
Yep, Luke Parks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So we are going to go for a short break soon.
We are indeed.
You can watch some nice commercials, and then we'll be back for either the top 4 or the losers bracket. But I think
don't miss out. Whatever it comes, just be ready for it. We will be here for you, and we are looking forward to the next round. See you there.